Inside the AHSAA, your weekly look at Alabama prep athletics.
Welcome to the Alabama High School Athletic Association Weekly Update, heard exclusively on the Alabama High School Athletic Association radio network. Enterprise High School's defense mounted a goal line stand to stop Central Phoenix City in the waning moments of its 17-14 victory last Thursday night, and sealed the team a special place in the hearts of EHS fans everywhere for many years to come, while grabbing the AHSAA Prep Spotlight for Week 9. Keontae White led the stand, which culminated one of the greatest season comeback efforts in school history. White had 13 tackles, including stopping a Red Devils runner short of the goal line at the 1 on 4th down with just 30 seconds left to seal the win. He also had a hand in making the stop on 3rd down just inches from the end zone. The win on Thursday night, which was featured statewide as the Raycom AHSAA Game of the Week over the Raycom AHSAA TV network, secured a 3rd seed playoff berth for Enterprise. "I can't tell you just how proud I am of these kids," head coach David Faulkner said after this signature win. "This is the kind of victory our program has been really needing." Enterprise, 5-4, opened the season with 2 non-region wins but lost its first 3 region games to Jeff Davis, Auburn, and Lee Montgomery to find itself sitting all alone at the bottom of the Class 7A Region 2 standings on October 2nd. Since then, Enterprise beat Prattville 28-20, Smith Station 14-7, and Central to finish 3-3 in league play. EHS football tradition runs deep, but since 1997, the Wildcats have missed the state playoffs 6 times and were beaten in the first round on 10 other occasions. Faulkner is the 4th head coach in the storied program since Hall of Fame coach Bill Bacon retired after the 2000 season. Enterprise, which travels to unbeaten Opelika this week to close the regular season, ranks tied for 5th all-time with a 628, 287, and 34 record dating back to 1913. EHS has a 68.6 winning percentage, which ties T.R. Miller as the best among the state's 10 winningest programs. The Wildcats posted its last state championship in 1982, 33 years ago. The goal line stand edged out a record-setting performance by Auburn High School's senior place kicker Sage Ledbetter and a sensational rushing effort by DAR's Dalton Parks. Ledbetter booted a state record 61-yard field goal as the first half came to an end in the Tigers' 31-7 Class 7A Region 2 win over Smith Station. The victory secured the number 2 playoff seed for the upcoming state playoff. The field goal, which came on a free kick after a fair catch, broke the previous record of 60 yards set by Pelham place kicker Michael Proctor in a 39-16 win over Mountain Brook in 1991. Proctor's kick was also a free kick following the fair catch at the 50-yard line. Ledbetter tied the AHSAA record for most field goals in a game, 5, versus Jeff Davis in 2013. He had 19 points kicking in that win, which is also a single-game state record for kicking points scored. Parks ran for 342 yards and 5 touchdowns in a 49-47 double overtime victory over previously unbeaten Priceville, ran in a 2-point conversion to force overtime, and had the game-winning 2-point run in the second overtime. He scored 34 points in the game. His effort overcame a 423-yard total offense effort by Caleb Barker, Priceville's senior quarterback. Barker completed 14 of 23 passes for 221 yards and 4 touchdowns, ran for 201 yards and 3 more scores, including runs of 57 and 66 yards, on 21 carries in the double overtime loss. When we come back, we'll take a look at some recent milestone achievements in the AHSAA.
Russell Do-It Center and Russell Building Supply is locally owned and operated with over 30 years experience providing a wide array of lumber, building materials, hardware, electrical and plumbing supplies, paint, tools, and garden products. Our employees' superior product knowledge and top-notch customer service allows us to help select the best products that will work for you. We provide free product estimates and takeoffs, free local delivery, and ask about our price match promise. Russell Do-It Center and Russell Building Supply. Experience and knowledge from the pros.
What value would you gain working with Lee Marketing Group? With 4 divisions under one umbrella, Sign Source, Lee Apparel, R&B Media, and LMG Baker Advertising Agency, Lee Marketing Group offers a comprehensive approach. From logo design and branding to ad placement and everything in between, LMG can handle it all. For ease of time, cutting-edge, results-driven marketing campaigns, think LMG. Lee Marketing Group, your comprehensive marketing solution.
Tyler Durham, the brilliant high school senior, tied a state record and for a brief moment tied a rare national record with his exceptional performance in a 35-34 loss to Lynn last week. His report was submitted after last week's AHSAA Prep Spotlight had been published. The 5'10", 150-pound speedster returned 2 kickoffs, 88 and 80 yards for touchdowns, and a 1-point setback to equal an AHSAA state record shared by 12 others. Durham also had a 79-yard kickoff return for a third score, which would have tied the NFHS national record for a single game, but the third return was nullified for a penalty. He finished the night with 198 return yards on 3 returns, added a 55-yard touchdown run from scrimmage, and a 26-yard interception return for a touchdown to close out his phenomenal performance. The last player in the AHSAA to return 2 kickoffs for touchdowns in a single game was Nick Thorne of Red Bay in 2014 in a 69-13 win over Phil Campbell. The first on record was John Arnott of Coffee Springs in a 44-22 loss to Uriah in 1971. With a little over 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, behind the block of her brother, senior lineman Ethan Rogers, Caitlin Rogers found the end zone on a 6-yard run for Spring Garden's final touchdown in a 50-6 victory. Earlier in the game, Ethan Rogers scored on a 1-yard touchdown run as the two became the first brother and sister duo to score touchdowns in the same high school game in Alabama. Caitlin is believed to be the only female to score a touchdown in a high school game in the AHSAA. That feat has been accomplished a few times in leagues outside of the AHSAA. The Cedar Bluff Tigers won their 500th football game in school history with a 46-20 win over their longtime Cherokee County rival Galesville last week. Ivory Star rushed for 275 yards, including 206 in the third quarter on 14 carries, and scored 3 touchdowns on runs of 69, 43, and 42 yards. Coach Jonathan McWater's Tigers improved the Class 1A school's overall record to 500, 301, and 21, dating back to the first season in 1930. In that time, there's been 15 area region championships won, including a Class 1A Region 7 title this season. There has also been 3 state championships awarded to the Tigers by the Birmingham News in 1959, 1961, and 1962, and a state runner-up finish in the AHSAA state playoffs in 2006. Cedar Bluff's faithful celebrated the program's 85th anniversary by honoring all former football players and coaches at halftime of the Tigers' 80th meeting with Galesville. Operating out of the single-wing offensive set, Kobe Justice of Susan Moore helped the Bulldogs clinch a playoff berth in Class 3A Region 6 with 318 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns on 25 carries in their 56-48 win over Hanceville. He also scored an AHSAA state single-game record 6 2-point conversions to total 42 points on the night. Hunter Duncan added 159 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns for the Bulldogs. Chris Shufford of McKenzie High School piled up 307 yards on 27 carries and scored all 3 touchdowns in his team's 20-8 victory over JU Blackshare. Michael Matthews of UMS Wright rushed for 5 touchdowns and 306 yards as UMS Wright beat Satsuma 51-14. The AHSAA will crown its first state champions of the 2015-16 school year Thursday when the 45th annual AHSAA State Volleyball Championships conclude with 7 state championship matches at the 5,500-seat Bill Harris Arena at Birmingham's Crossplex. Among those vying for championships is Bayside Academy, which entered the state tourney as the South Super Regional Class 3A champs. The Lady Admirals have won a state record 13 straight state titles. The high school football regular season concludes Friday night with 208 teams qualifying for the 2015 state playoffs. All 208 will attend the first of 5 playoff meetings of the playoffs at the AHSAA office in Montgomery. Defending champions in the field include 7A's Hoover, 6A's Clay Chalkville, 5A's St. Paul's Episcopal, 4A's Leeds, 3A's Madison Academy, 2A's Fife, and 1A's Maplesville. Clay Chalkville currently owns a 24-game winning streak, while Hoover and Madison Academy are seeking their 4th straight state titles. Among this Friday's key games are more than a dozen that will be live streamed over the NFHS network by the AHSAA member schools participating in the NFHS network school broadcast program. The complete list of games can be found at www.ahsaa.com and its NFHS network link. And on Friday night, tune in to the AHSAA Radio Network Football Scoreboard Show. The complete list of stations carrying the scoreboard show can be found at www.ahsaa.com and www.ahsaaradionetwork.com. Raycom Media's AHSAA TV Thursday Game of the Week will be Hamilton versus James Clemens. Both of these teams will use this 9-region game as a tune-up for next week's state playoffs. The game can be found at any of the Raycom Network's bounce channels and can be found on YouTube and at www.wsfa.com. Remember to tune in to the AHSAA Radio Network Prep Scoreboard Show Friday night on a station near you. Until next week, this is Michael Forehand for the AHSAA Radio Network.